Welcome back to It's Just a Conversation. I am your host, KB. This is a show where we have genuine conversations, promote growth, and have fun at the same time. Today, I have a touching topic for you all. You feel me? This is something that I'm currently going through in my life right now. That's why it's going to be, so real, and I'm going to be vulnerable and pure with you all. Before we dive into the topic, I would like to say I appreciate all of the love that has been shown to me. I appreciate the support, for people who are leaving the comments. I appreciate the help that I'm getting from friends on developing and growing this show. If you are a newcomer, please hit that like button and subscribe, because you're going to be in for it on this content journey that I'm on. Today, I would like to talk about starting over and pivoting in life. This topic is one that hits home for me because, like I stated, I'm currently in that position where I'm starting over. Now, I have a few key points because I want to make sure that I'm talking and I'm connecting with individuals who may have clicked on this video. You may be starting over with going to school, college. You may be starting over in a relationship. You may be starting over. You may have gotten off the wrong track and you're starting over in life. Or for me, which is starting over and pivoting careers. It was on me heavy to, drop this content or to drop this message. I'm sorry, because I had been just so focused on my start over process and the things that I had to do and just the doubt that I was having. And I was like, man, you know what? It done been 6 days before I dropped something. I think it's time. I think it's time for me to go ahead and put out this message. So today, man, if this relate to you, if you're in a process, if you're in a, process of starting over, this video is for you. If you need to start over and, you're struggling, you're still in denial, this video is for you as well. So I wrote down a couple of steps that I am taking in my start over process. The first step I would say is, and this was a hard one for me. I'm gonna take a quick sip before we get into this. The first step is accepting that you have to start over. Wherever you at in your life, whatever's your reason for starting over, first you gotta accept it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was in denial. Like, man, I don't want to start over. I want to just stay the course on, what I got going on. But I'm the type of person, I think in the future, and I have to see, like, it's the route that I'm going is going to be best for me later on down the line. And a lot of us are, in denial. You may be in denial about, I probably can better my life by going back to school, or you may be in denial thinking that, maybe if I just stay in this relationship, things will eventually get better. Or you may be in denial of saying, this career is driving me crazy and I've learned this stuff already. I don't want to go anywhere else and learn something new. But you want to step out there. You want to step out on faith, and you want to pivot your career into a, somewhere else. You want to go in a different direction. Or you may be in a down point in life. Like I said, you may be battling. You may have got off the wrong track, and you battling with going back on that right track, and you just, you don't know where to start. You just, you in your head, you probably think, hey man, if I just stay this course, things could potentially get better. I want to say the first step is accepting that you have to change, accepting that you have to start over in order to get to where you want to be, in order to be better. So that's the first step. You got to accept it. So wherever you at right now, if this is confirmation for you, I want you to drop a comment, in the comment section. Drop a comment. You feel me? That's the first thing that I had to do, was accept where I was, accept that, hey, if I stay here, if I continue to do this, this is potentially what my future can look like. And to be honest, man, I just didn't like it. I didn't like it for various reasons. If you may know, I am currently working in the insurance field. I'm an independent adjuster. I adjust properties and property claims, basically. And with this kind of work, it is seasonal. So it's different seasons that we go through. And sometimes you may have a slow season, which I am in now. I'm in a very slow season. Don't get me wrong. The career field is when it's good. It's very, very good. But I'm more of a consistent person. I'm starting over because I'm seeking more consistent. I don't like the up and down thing. And I've been in this field for about a year now. Exactly a year. Well, a little bit more over a year. And I would say it has been pretty good. My first year was pretty good to me. I can't deny and say that it wasn't. But with this down period that I have experienced, very uncomfortable for me. Like I said, I'm a guy who I love consistent. I love to have that momentum continuing to go. Not saying that, I don't like breaks or anything like that, which I do, but I love to keep moving. I love to keep going. So for me, I'm starting over because I want to go into a direction or a career where I can, grow, and it's going to be something that's consistent. So for me, I had to accept it. Did I want to accept it? I would say it took me 2 months to honestly, accept it and just start thinking like, okay, it's time for me to pivot. It's time for me to go ahead and start over. And that was the first thing I had to do. I had to accept where I was and accept that I did have to start over. The next thing I had to do was make a plan. Make a plan and set goals on what I wanted to do and where I wanted to be in a certain time frame. My wife tell me all the time, don't put time constraints on yourself because it only stresses you out. But that's just how I am. I have to when I set my goals, I have to say, okay, I need to be able to do this by this amount of time. And for you, whoever's viewing this video, you got to set your goals according to, yourself. Or if you're not more timed, or you saying, oh, I don't like to put time constraints on myself or anything like that, just set your goals. Make a plan and set your goals and know that you have to hit those goals to get to where you want to be. So that was the next thing that I had to do. I had to make a plan. Now, a part of this plan, it was some things that I thought I wanted to do, and then I had to go back and reassess that plan and set new goals. But now I can honestly say that I'm on track to do. I've made a plan, and I'm on track to, doing that plan by setting those goals. That's why today I was like, I got to get this content, but I had been studying all day, and I'm talking about head tight, brain tight from just diving in and focusing and really working my plan, reaching these goals that I've set out for myself. And I'm in the process of that now. So like I said, first, you got to accept where you are, accept that you need to start over. And then you need to go ahead and start making those plans and setting those goals so you can get there. another thing that I had to get over, I felt like God was like picking on me in a certain way. Like, man, why am I going through this? Like, why am I in a down period right now? Why am I not, thriving how I was a few months ago? Why am I not, still in my bag, like how I like to call it? And it had me thinking, like, man, am I the only one? Like, why am I going through this? Why do I gotta start over? And I had to realize you're not the only one going through this. And that's what you got to realize. If you're in that process of starting over, you got to realize you're not the first one to go through and experience what you're experiencing. It's people out there who's starting over every single day. It's people out there it's people out there that's pivoting, who's making a pivot in their life, making a pivot, they in their relationship, in their career. They making a pivot. They starting over. It's people doing it every single day. And I don't know the steps that they're taking, but they're getting it done. I'm just giving you the steps that I'm currently taking at the moment. And I'm hoping that this message can help someone. That's the goal. That's the reason why I decided to even drop this message. So just know that, wherever you are in life right now, if you feel alone, if you feel like you're the only person going through it, you got to know that you're not, because if you continue to dwell in it, it's just going to slow you up. It's going to have you angry. It's going to have you mad instead of embracing the new beginning that you're about to embark on, or that you need to embark on. So I want to keep reiterating these things. First, you got to accept where you is. You got to make a plan. And you got to set goals to get to this next destination. Then you got to know that you're not the only one who's going through this. You're not the only one experiencing this. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck. I'm telling you, it's going to suck. I know for me it did. It was so heavy on me yesterday. Like, I got to accept this. I just got to go ahead and put my head down and start working towards these new goals and start getting this stuff done. And I would say today, I knocked it out the park, man. I really did. I knocked it out the park. Moving on to the next step. When you starting over and you doing these things, you got to keep your head down and do the work. That's the only way it's going to pay off. Faith without work, it's over with. You can believe in God all day, but if you're not willing to put in that work, if you're not willing to pull yourself up by the bootstraps, how they say, it's not gonna work, man. So you got to keep your head down with whatever you're doing. If you're going back to school, if you're starting over in a relationship, in a career, if you're starting over in life, it's gonna be some work that's required to get to where you want to go. And you got to accept that. I know it's hard. I know it's a why. It's a lot of asking why, but you got to do it. You got to start over. You got to keep your head down. You got to put in the work, because I'm telling you, in the end, it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off in the end. You're going to be proud of yourself. You're going to be glad that you accepted and you set those goals, and you're going to be glad that you got over that feeling of you wasn't the only one. Because I'm not gonna lie, that's what helped me, knowing that, hey man, you're not the only one who done had to experience this. You ain't the only one who done had to start over before, bro. Why you being so mad? Why you walking around, angry? You not the you come on, you not the only one. So that helped me out a lot. And just knowing, like, okay, all right, cool, man. You got to get out this moping attitude and, feeling like God is against you. You got to get rid of that, dog, because you ain't the only one who done had to do this. And now I'm keeping my head down. I'm doing the work. I'm staying consistent. You feel me? Like, with this, I'm still dropping my content, Still bringing the messages, still bringing the content. I got some interviews lined up, dope interviews lined up for the rest of this week. So y'all be sure to look forward to that. So not only am I keeping my head down and doing the work on starting over or pivoting my career paths, but I'm also keeping my head down and I'm continuing to walk in my purpose, which is bringing y'all this content, bringing y'all these messages. The next thing that I realized that I had to do was focus. You got to focus, and including myself. Like, if you want something out of this life, if you want to be something, if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Nah, for real. for real, man. You got to focus, dog. Like, with what I'm doing, and I'm definitely going to be telling y'all more about what I'm doing, but I'm in a journey right now where I've always told people, like, what I got going on and what I'm doing. And not saying that I didn't do those things, because I have failed through, but some of those things that it didn't fall through, it mean, exactly when I wanted. So I'm just learning to keep more things to myself and just follow through, just pop out with it. So once I accomplish this goal, once I get to where I'm going to definitely, let y'all know what I was working on, and we going to celebrate this win together. Because like I told y'all, when I win, y'all win. I'm you, me. So I'm focusing right now. I understand that when I wake up every day, I have a routine. I gotta get up. I gotta work out. I eat my breakfast, and I'm in my books. I'm studying. I'm learning. I'm focused. I'm keeping my head down. I'm doing the work. I'm following my plan. I'm hitting my goals. You feel me? Yeah, you seeing how all of it is coming full circle? Yeah, so that's what I'm going through. That's what I'm doing. And that's what you're going to have to do in your process. You feel me? It means you don't have to take how I'm doing it in this order that I'm doing it. But if these things can help you, by all means, please use them. So we're going to start back over. Accepting where you are. Making a plan. Setting those goals. Knowing that, and I put this one in there because it helped me, knowing that you are not the only one who has went through what you're going through. You're not the only one. Keep your head down and do the work that's needed to get yourself in a better situation. That's the only way it's going to work, especially, like I said, if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere. And you also got to focus. The next thing that helps me a lot is understanding that there is light at the end of this tunnel. I've been through a lot of situations where I would say that, man, I was like, bro, this is just a dark time in my life. Like, is it ever going to get better? And I can honestly say, as long as you keep going, it's going to always be some light at the end of that tunnel. And I'm telling you, sometimes that light's so bright, the rewards are so good, you forget about what you was going through. You forget about the days you were struggling. You forget about, you're going to forget about it. You're going to forget about feeling like, that anger and that frustration and that confusion of accepting when now you accepting that you got to start over in something, right? But once you accept it, you work the plan, you keep your head down, you do the focus, and you get to the end of that tunnel. When I'm telling you, the rewards, the light, you're going to forget about everything that you went through. What you going through now, what I'm going through now, it's just building character. That's all that it's doing. It's building your character. It's building you up for what you going next in life. And that's what I had to accept that, It's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. What I'm working on right now, this going to set me up. And I'm going to go through some challenges in this. It's going to be some growing pains and all that in this. And I'm going to be bringing out that message as well. But for where I'm going, I am setting myself up for the long run. I see a clear future in where I'm going, And that comes from really sitting down and making that plan, working that plan, reassessing that plan whenever you have to. So now that I got where I want to go and where I want to be. I know that I got to put this work in, but once I get to the end of that tunnel, it's going to be beautiful. Which leads me into my last step. My last note that I wrote down is having the confidence in yourself. I'm going to take a sip on that one. You got to have confidence in yourself. Pick your head up. Whatever you're going through, pick your head up. You got this. You got to know, hey man, if this was put on me, if this challenge was put on me, then God know that I'm made for it. I'm built for it. I'm built to overcome whatever situation that I'm put in. You built to overcome any situation that you're put in. It's made for you. It's designed for you. He already know how you can react. But you gotta have that confidence. One of my homeboys, one of my OGs, man, my boy Gil, he used to tell me all the time, like, you can be mad, you can be angry, but how are you gonna use that anger productively? How are you gonna use this frustration and this confusion and this anger of starting over? How you gonna use that? How you gonna harness that energy and use that to catapult you to where you want to go? You can either, like they say all the time, you can either barbecue or meal do. So you got to make a decision. But you also got to know, you got to have that confidence. You got to know that, hey man, like I said, if you in that situation, you definitely have the tools and you definitely have what you need to make your situation better. Make it that. So have that confidence in yourself, because I believe you can do it. I definitely believe in myself. And like I tell y'all, you, me, I'm you. We one of the same. Especially if you rocking with me and you done, watch the video this far. You my people. You my people. So like I told you, man, I believe in you because I believe in myself. But you got to have that confidence as well. Whatever you going through, you got that confidence to go back to school and, finish. You got to have that confidence. You can do it. You got the confidence to start over in that relationship or wherever you leave that relationship or whatever you got going on in life. If you feel like you done veered so far off into the wrong track, you got to have that confidence to know, hey man, I can get back. I can screen my life up. I can do what's right. You got to have that confidence. You got to know in my situation right now, switching careers and doing stuff like this, I've started over multiple times. And I know, like, I done did it before. I can do it again, all through the grace of God. I done did it before, and I know for a fact I can do it again. So with that being said, man, if you're going through any situation and you need to start over, these are the steps that I'm taking. And if they can help you, please take them. And I'm going to list them out one more time, man. First, accepting where you is. A lot of us be in denial at first. I was in denial at first. Accepting where you is. Making a plan and setting those goals. Two, making a plan and starting those goals. 3, knowing that you're not the only person who's going through this. You feel me? That step helped me out a lot. Like, I'm not the only person who done had to start over and switch careers. So all that feeling sad and being mopey about that, cut it. Keep your head down and do the work. Simple. Whatever you got to do, you got to have the discipline every day. Get up and do it. Which leads me to the next step. You got to focus. Focusing is going to be vital to this thing, because if you lose focus, you going to be back to where you don't want to be. Keep that focus. Understand the next step. Understand that there is going to be light at the end of the tunnel. That's what keep me going. That's what's keeping me motivated. Like, hey man, I'm gonna put my head down. I'm gonna stay focused, and it's gonna pay off in the end. Where I'm going, the vision that I got, where I'm gonna take this, it's gonna pay off in the end. So there's gonna be light at the end of that tunnel, and I'm gonna forget about all this stuff. I'm gonna forget about that frustration. You gonna forget about that frustration and that confusion, you're going to forget about it. And the next one, man, is having that confidence in yourself. And I ain't gonna lie, I definitely got confidence in myself. I got it. I got what it takes to hit that next level. I got what it takes to keep going. And I know you do too. So with all that being said, man, I truly do appreciate you all for checking out another episode of It's Just a Conversation. And if you're in a moment in your life where you're having to start over and to pivot, just know you're not alone. Stay strong. And I'm going to see you on the next video. I'm out.